Yes, is this Joseph Murray? Yes, you're running for a House seat?
That's correct.
Okay, I got a question for you. What is your, what's that?
First of all, who are you?
My name is Ronson Bitterzicki. I'm a Florida voter.
All right. And your name is better. Give the name one more time. I didn't quite catch it, sir.
Ronson Bitterzicki.
Roger Crisafulli. Okay. Pleasure to hear from you, sir. What can I do for you?
I just want to know your position on money in politics. You know, our current campaign funding system.
Our current campaign funding system gives too much power to the rich and the corporations. I believe in the public funding basis for political office. That was still, but whether or not the free capitalists will agree to that based on how much money and how much jobs and how much of the economy is being affected by the political campaigns which occur on average every 2 years, 4 years, with the money that was spent in the last presidential election, it'd be kind of hard to argue that they didn't create jobs and help the economy with the amount of money they're thrashing around. But I believe in a fair situation where the little guy, the David, ought to have the same voice as Goliath, and they should be judged on the merits of their character and the content of their the issues and how well they plan to address those issues in innovation and sincerity. So to answer your question, do I believe in campaign finance reform? Yes.
Okay, all right, excellent. See, I am a volunteer for a group, and we're called Wolfpack, and we are promoting a resolution for campaign finance reform through the state level through an Article 5.
Understood.
And as of right now, we just got one state probably 2 weeks ago, Vermont called the convention from the state level. So I see that you are running against Crisafulli?
Yes, incoming academic.
Yeah. I noticed that they were wanting to promote him as speaker, and I've called his office, but I still have not got an answer on his position. But I got a feeling of what it's going to be.
Well, when you ask him also why he wants to make the challenge. And then when you also ask that question about campaign finance reform, ask him why he wants to make the challenge.
Yeah. Well, we pushed for our resolution all year this year, and we had senators willing to introduce it. We had representatives from both parties that supported it, but we could not find a representative to actually have the courage to introduce our resolution. And
in the case of Mr. Crisafulli, and again, I don't say anything bad about my campaign. I'm running a clean campaign, but it is not in his interest to have campaign finance reform. First of all, he comes from an affluent family in Maryland, one of the richest in Maryland. And his, if you look at his background, look at where his money comes from, and so forth, those are not the people who would support campaign finance reform. So it doesn't bode well if I lose this election for your state, because he will be the most powerful representative in the state of Florida as House of Representatives, they believe it.
well, we feel through word of mouth, through certain legislators' aides, and actually certain representatives, that what was stopping us from getting introduced last session was our speaker, Weatherford.
And Rutherford and Crisafulli are like two peas in a pod.
Okay.
I want you to understand that they're both friends. They come from similar backgrounds. If you look at, and I always say follow the money. If you go and look at Rutherford supporters in terms of their campaign support in the last election, and as well as Crisafulli, you'll Speaker Crisafulli if he wins, and I'm doing my very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The issue is that I expect no further assistance or any encouragement towards although I think we should amend it by, in fact, eliminating something that comes like Mr. Crisafulli, who have been unresponsive to innovative change, not really a populist in terms of responding to the people's calls. They really good at doing the Tallahassee two steps. I'm a veteran, a retired lieutenant colonel, and they put forth a GI Bill that has about as much meat on it as one of these girls out here running up and down I-95. And so, we've got to have some people who are sincere about helping the struggling working man and the working person.
Okay, can I ask you a question? If you win, how will who might become the speaker if you were to win? If you were to take his job?
They have to have an election in mind. The acting third guy, the majority of the whip of the majority of the leading party, which in this case the party Republican, would be the front runner. But again, they would have to have an election. The election would come up as a result. So my guess would be the number 3 guy should be the guy that replaced Crisafulli would be the guy that would be most likely to have a front seat. But that doesn't mean that's going to happen. But more likely that will be the case. We plan to make that happen in November.
Well, my representative, he's actually claiming that he is the next speaker designee, and he's Richard Corcoran.
Is Corcoran the guy scheduled to replace Crisafulli?
Well, according to I've been to a few Republican meetings, and that's what they're claiming, that he'll be Crisafulli's replacement for speaker designee.
That's in line with what I just said.
He is running unopposed too, by the way. He has no opposition. He pretty much already won the seat, I guess.
In his second term, on a technicality, was unopposed because in July the House authorized a law that said that they do their personal quotas would be their so-called, and they created a law that said that you couldn't be in 2 jobs at the same time, and if you had to resign from your previous job, you had 6 days overlap between the campaign designation and finish out his term as a couple of successful terms. He chose to.
What was his previous position?
Mayor of Coastal Florida.
Oh, really? Really? So because he was the mayor for 6 days, they wouldn't let him run?
They didn't run in the next election because it was the last 6 days of his mayorship.
Oh my God.
They passed that law in session right before the election. Same way as they did with the election here. They moved the primaries back so that they're back against in August, back all the way back to right in front of the general election. The reason that they do that is to maintain power because they know that on the Democratic side, we get most of our money from voters and small donations, and then when we get ready to really campaign and get high into it, we get our support from our state and local Democratic parties. Well, the law we made was that Democratic parties, or these parties, as whole political parties, cannot support any candidate until after the primary. So what does way to shorten the amount of support for a Democratic candidate is to move the primary back to an almost a buttress the general election.
Hey, would you be willing to do a Skype interview for our group in the future?
Sure, I'd be glad to. As I said, I'm campaigning vigorously right now and hope to see some successfully in November. And I'm really just the first chance to doing so. So yes, I would be honored to be able to interview with you tonight. And as I said, I believe in campaign reform, but I also believe that we got to do a job of making this economy work and get jobs back out here, particularly this district I'm in, 51, which is Crisafulli with Kennedy Space Center, and we walked for jobs here in any other place in Florida. It's kind of strange that the guy who's become the Speaker of the House of Representatives is from a district that's lost more jobs than any other district in the state of Florida, and they still call him a success. It's a pretty easy thing.
Well, we feel that everything is related back to the campaign finance, and including the jobs.
Well, I agree, but you know, the real issue comes down to is you got political campaign finance reform. You also have to get the working arms of the populace working again, such as the union, such as other things that were counter to the oligarchy. And the issue there is that we have done so well. Now, I expected this to be my friend. I just got the for the Florida EFO-CIO, but spoke so very honestly and candidly about what they need to do to re-energize the union in Florida and where their next generation of union membership is coming from. I don't know if you're aware of it. One of the things I'm running on is the basic fact that I believe that all defenders should have their right to vote because they come out from the state representation or compensation on the basis of no taxation without representation. We have 1.5 million Floridians that can't vote. That's 23% of the entire Florida population.
Well, I have to warn you of something. Our resolution would also remove the ability not only for corporations and fictitious entities to contribute to campaigns, but it would also eliminate the ability for unions to contribute to campaigns as well. It would level the playing field.
I have no problem with that in terms of political campaign reform. That just levels the playing field. That's not the issue. The issue of the corporation, the issue of the right to vote, and the issue of the right to have your vote as a name account just as much as the compromise. Are you with me? That's the problem with the campaign finance system is they have so much money and in the Supreme Court right now they are debating a case where it will make them legal to just blatantly lie, which they do anyways, but it'll make it totally legal without any repercussions to just blatantly lie in campaigning. You understand the basic reason for having a corporation rather than a sole proprietorship is that a corporation gets sued. The persons involved in it cannot be held, they have to be individually held accountable as positions of authority or directly responsible for the decision making.
Absolutely. I have a corporation myself for that reason.
That's why you do it, okay? Now, how do you end up equating and trying to make a corporation into a person and we give them all the rights in terms of political that a person does without any repercussions or the control mechanism, I say the safeguard to make sure that they do the right thing.
Well,
when in fact, if the individual did something like that, this would be under the jail.
These issues would be, we're not even going to go that deep into it. These issues would be decided in the actual convention. We're just trying to call the convention right now.
Well, you understand my position. I will be fleshing out, in fact, this position that I have is very much like the Democratic platform that I have up on my website when you go down to that point. The only differences that I have between the national platform and my individual platform, I'll flesh those out as the campaign goes on over the summer. But most importantly, I think what distinguishes my campaign as compared to a lot of campaigns is I like to see all Floridians have the opportunity to vote and have a say-so in where their tax dollars are going to. And our good governor is doing everything he can to keep 23% of them from ever voting again.
Say that again? I didn't understand that.
Our good governor, Governor Scott, has done everything in his discretionary power to keep 23% of our Floridian citizenry from voting.
Yeah, I totally hear you on that one. That's
It's not right. Our country was started on no taxation without representation. We took tea at the Boston Harbor, and instead the British were pure tyrants because they taxed us on tea, and we had no say in it as colonists. And now we sit up here and have people incarcerated and come out, and then we want them to wait 8 years before they
Yeah.
And that's, it's not American. And so these are things that I'm working on, and what I plan to do if I'm elected is I'm going to try to get that resolved by having the legislature execute check and balance authority with the governors, especially if they can get that balance. If it doesn't work there, then I'm going to offer up, again, an article for election for the 2016 ballot for ready to vote on to eliminate.
And a lot of what the people are incarcerated for may become not even a crime after our Amendment 2, depending on how that goes. But if Amendment 2 goes through, what they're in jail for won't even be a crime anymore.
Well, you talk in state enforcement, but with a crap shot. Or free movement violations and not freedom. And so, again, that's one of the things that I think we got to fix that. The first thing we have to fix, because without that, you can't do what the reporter might say in terms of diligent issue of campaign reform. Without the protection of the vote, okay, then no reform is possible. And what these guys are really doing, from the standpoint of the rich folks, with the money, they're attacking the vote. And not just attack that, what point?
That's a heck of a point there.
Yeah, so I support the campaign reform. I'm working real hard here. I'm glad to interview with you tonight. You got my number?
Well, I called it. Hey, let's see. I'm looking to see if your email is on here, because I want to send you our resolution so you can read it over and just make sure that you support it.
It's info at snowmurrayhouse.org. INFO at info at snowmurrayflhouse.org.
Okay, let me find something to write down, because I want to send you our resolution. It sounds to me like you're definitely going to support it, but I want to just make sure.
About making sure everybody has a fair opportunity to have a chance to do what their gifts and talents will allow them to do without influence from people who think they can buy everything and not respect the rights of minorities, not respect the rights of the working class, and not respect the rights of everyday Americans, in this case, folks that are trying to become Americans.
Yeah. We have some of our volunteers are, in that battle right now.
I support that as well. Some of them help me get $5 my way years ago. I had a $150,000 head start on me. They ran out of phone last time, and I said, for every $100 you can, I can still be with one chance of what he has in stock. Because of the issues and stuff issues. Again, like I said, talk to get a hold of the staff or get a hold of him and ask him why he wants to debate Colonel Murray. I'll be in any place, anywhere, anytime. That would be a great taxpayer for these guys to have. Some bigger women voters, somebody. Come on out here and let's discuss the issue. Man to man and candidate to candidate.
Okay, could you give me that email again?
Email is INFO.
INFO.
That's info at Joe Murray, JOEMURRAY, FL, that's Foxtrot Lima, House, HOUSE.org.
Oh, you already have a Florida House email, huh?
We've been I just my campaign website here, and Florida, I have email on.
Oh, yeah, I see, Joe Murray, Florida House. Okay, I got it.
And so forth. So, that's been up since November, and we're ready to rock and roll, and keep on pushing. You gotta add some stuff like that. And Anderson working on things to add on the issues right now. And, campaign finance reform part one of that, trying to address people also. So I'm looking forward to reading the paperwork.
would it be all right if I publicize this call? What was said in this call?
Sure. Everything is the same. I said, I mean it. If I make a mistake, I'll retract it. But I'm saying it from the heart. I'm saying it based on my principles and the core beliefs I have, the reason I want it. So, yeah, I won't say something that I won't say in front of the television light. I won't say something to you that I won't say to Mr. Crisafulli.
Meaning that this call was recorded, and if you would not like it publicized, tell me now.
I don't have any problems with publicizing when I said this is a phone call.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, I'll send you that resolution, and I will get back with you about a possible recorded Skype interview, okay?
All right, have a great day.
All right, thanks a lot.